Welcome back. Now, it's been 100 years since women were first enrolled into the British Armed Forces, and their role has been transformed since then. Back in 1917, women were cooks, drivers, mechanics and secretarial staff. Nowadays, women can fight in combat alongside their male colleagues. Darshana Soni has been speaking to one 94-year-old veteran about her military past.
There are many examples of women who broke down barriers, women who have been inspirational leaders.
Celebrating and commemorating 100 years of women in the British military. Women who took on what was at the time considered men's work. Among them, 94-year-old Charlotte Webb.
The whole country was wanting to do something towards defeating the enemy.
Determined to do her bit, Mrs. Webb left her domestic science course and signed up for the Artillery Territorial Service in 1941. After just 6 weeks of basic training, she found herself posted to Bletchley Park.
What was it like when you turned up at Bletchley?
Well, a bit alarming really, because I didn't know what was ahead. My first job was to register the messages that came in from our signal people at a terrific rate, actually, an enormous number of signals every day, in a way that the decoders could call on messages at any time. Nothing was in the clear. It was all either figures or letters.
Their work was top secret. Even Mrs. Webb's parents weren't allowed to know where she was based. The achievements of the male codebreakers are now widely known, but for every man who served at Bletchley, there were 3 women.
And do you feel it was worthwhile?
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, nothing to do with me, but the fact that Bletchley existed and did what it did, shortening the war by 2 to 3 years, absolutely vital.
Do you think generally we've learnt the lessons from the war?
Well, I sometimes wonder whether we have. Every time you pick up a newspaper, there's something ghastly in it, and you think, well, you know, why? Why do people keep doing it?
And whatever job there remains to do, they'll cope with it. Thank you, ladies.
Many of those ladies were dismissed once peace was declared, but their contribution helped change attitudes and ultimately reshape British society.
The women back in them days were just supporting roles. There was a few mechanical engineers back in the day, but now we have actually got other sections.
Royal Navy engineers Shannon and Leanne will soon be posted to a Type 45 destroyer, one of the most advanced warships ever built.
It kind of makes you feel proud that you can now do that they couldn't do, and I'm just glad that it's more equal, because we are obviously able to do the roles, and it's just now that the lads see us as equals.
100 years on, and women are now fully integrated into the armed services. The ban on them serving on the front line was lifted last year. Today was a chance to honour those early pioneers who made it possible.
It's terribly important, because our efforts in the past have got to be kept alive. There's no doubt about that, for the young to learn about and